Hello, everybody. Welcome
Hello.
to the Stream Key podcast. I'm here today with LIIT __ lit
Was. Hi,
lit
guys.
litty. Welcome to the
Hola,
show,
hola.
dude. How you doing
Hello,
today?
hello. I'm doing great. Woke up on the wrong side. My hair's all over the place, but it's okay. I'm here. We're here today doing hopefully a lidded podcast. I appreciate y'all for coming on in and saying lit up.
The most lit. Yeah, if you
You
guys
know?
aren't familiar with this show, the way this works is every week I talk to a streamer on Twitch, in this case Lit, about ways to improve as a streamer. It could be anything from gaining a following to just nitpicking little things about your stream to get better at. This week we're talking about viewership spikes. So I was looking at Lit's channel recently, and I noticed he had a lot of streams where he was just suddenly way up there in viewers, and then it's kind of gone back down to his normal range and keeps spiking like that. So I'm curious to kind of unpack that, why it's happening, how he adapts to it, and stuff, feedback, advice he has for you guys. So it should be a good discussion, I think. Also, we take viewer Q&A at the end of the show. So if you have a
Yep.
question for Lit or myself about streaming, Twitch, or memes, keep it till then, and you can ask whatever you want to of the Lit Master. He's a bit of a meme lord. So
I'm the memester. Don't worry, guys. Ask
yeah.
me meme questions within Twitch. Okay? We
Yeah.
don't want to get banned here. We don't want to get banned.
keep it PG, fam. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes,
So
please.
let's get into just the base warm up of the show. Just getting to know Lit a little bit. That's a little bit confusing to say.
Yeah, I know, right?
So first off, Lit, can you just kind of tell everyone about your channel, how long you've been on Twitch, how you got started, and yeah, just about your channel on Twitch.
Alrighty. So if you guys don't know, if you guys haven't already known, my name is Lit. I've been with TRUgaming since October, so a little after 2 months of me streaming. So in total, I've been streaming for 8 months. So 6 months I've been with this organization. Oh, I love them. I freaking love them. I'm more of a variety caster, so I play games from FPS. I've been playing Dark Souls recently. I've been getting wrecked. And then that's really about it about me, other than I wear wigs like a weirdo. I curse a lot. I'm trying to keep it PG here as much as I can. I don't want to drop F-bombs and then everyone will be like, what? So, I can't believe he dropped an F-bomb. Oh my God.
What? Gasp.
But, guys, like, God, come on, guys, God. And then how I really wanted to start streaming, funny story, it was a dare. So, I had one of my good friends at the time be like, because I was watching a lot of streams, I'm like, man, this doesn't look too hard. It looks, a little easy. He's like, you won't do it. So I was like, okay. I took that as an initiative of, okay, I see how it is. So I started streaming, and man, I freaking love it. It's Twitch is home to me. I love it. I love it. So that's pretty much a little bit about me and the story of myself. So yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, if you guys are watching right now, you can see I think behind you is hanging a little rack of wigs. Many selections and
Yeah.
colors to choose from.
Look, I'm not like some kind of weird guy. I'm not the one who collects wigs for myself or for other occasions. It's for my subs. Don't get it wrong. Got a lot of people like, dude, you got a wig fetish. What the heck is
What's
wrong with
going
you? I'm
on
like,
with that?
look, okay,
Hey.
it's not what it looks like.
Anything for the views these days,
Exactly,
man. Yeah.
right? If I gotta wear a V-neck shirt, that's okay.
Yeah. Deep plunging V.
Right here
All
just
right.
goes like down right here.
So you have a pretty unique username, LIIT __. Just go by Lit. But like, where did that username come from? Does it have any other meaning at all? Like, what's the story there?
So it was back when I used to play. What was it? Overwatch, and it was like Black Ops 3. And yes, I played Overwatch back in the day. There's a reason why I don't like the game no more. There's a reason why.
Oh, boy.
But so what started was my friend. So it was me, or it was my friend Justin, my friend Reader that you guys know as Lit Cloud, and then myself. And so we came up with goofy names, and I was like, my original name on Twitch before they told me to change it was Lit Schlong.
I remember that.
And yeah, and I had to change it. And I thought it was something funny. My friend Justin started the LIIT, which was our little mini nerd clan that we had going. And then from there, I was like, you know what? Everyone used to call me Lit, not the Schlong part, because that would get auto-modded right away. It would get auto-modded, so most streams, so they would just call me Lit. And then from there, I changed my name to Lit with 2 underscores, and then it just stuck with me since. So that was as to how my name became Lit instead of previous name, which was Lit Schlong, which unfortunately I can't have, which kind of sucks. But it's all right. Things happen, right? Things
Yeah,
happen.
for sure. So you've had that name for not too long then, sounds like.
No, my name before Twitch was it was like one of those generic football names. It was like Big Lou or something like that. That was my name. Yeah, I know, I'm cringe. Just Big Lou 74.
Big Lou.
That was my name before, and then I changed it again. So I had like 3 names in total on Twitch. That Big Lou I had for like 2 years.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Because I wasn't really on Twitch that much until recently. Until about like 9-10 months ago. In June when I met Dan. So almost a year.
Oh, yeah,
So,
nice. I know you came from Dan, so I love hearing about all
I
that
freaking
stuff.
love him. Love him to death.
What a cool dude.
Love him.
Okay, so what is, you've been streaming for not too long, like you said, 8 months maybe now. In that time, do you have like a favorite or maybe some favorite streaming moments on Twitch? Some streams or days that just really stand out to you as awesome times?
I think one would be, actually no, I have 2. One would be when I was able to meet Dan, and I know for the first time when I met Dan and I first started streaming, and he gave me the first host. Oh my god, I was so cheesed because Dan is someone I seriously look up to. He's really he has it all. He has great community. He interacts with people, and doesn't matter what game he plays. It could be a shooter. I know he liked to play a lot of Halo back in the day, and he would he was able to play an FPS game, and also can talk to his chat at the same time. And I was like, man, that's a skill I want to build, and I'm still building it today. I'm still building it.
It's hard.
It's hard, dude. When you're going you're focusing on one thing, you're doing another thing, and you're trying to talk to your chat. It seems easy. It's not. It's not. And then when he hosted me, dude, I was so cheesed. I was like, my idol. I know. It's like, okay, weirdo, but I love Dan. And then the second one would be, I don't know, it's a certain viewer that just made me grow like crazy. I don't know if you guys know him as Kamikaze. He took the time out of his day and he did something that I've never seen on Twitch. He gave me a PC. He donated me $1,200 for me to get a PC. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And so that's how I'm able to do PC games, because before I couldn't. I was a mainly console streamer. I just do Xbox only, but he gave me freaking $1,200 to go out. Yes, I spent money, but dude, it's $1,200. Like, what?
That's
so
crazy.
I went out and bought a new PC, and then that's how I am here today, streaming on PC, because that's what I wanted to do. And now I'm able to do it. And dude, it's so much fun. I love streaming games on PC. I'm able to do it, and I don't have to worry about any lag issues or frame drops. It's beautiful. So yeah, those are my 2 big moments. It was pretty awesome. It was good times.
I can definitely see that. That's crazy. By the way, this Dan we keep talking about, for anyone who doesn't know, is Dan the Dapper. He's been on a couple of these podcasts before, so you can go check him out if you want to.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, very cool dude, and he's one of our stream coaches now too. So, okay, let's get into the main discussion here a little bit, which again is, I have the wrong thing written down here, but it's viewership spikes on Twitch. So how do you deal with those times when suddenly you have way more viewers than usual, like maybe 5 to 10 times more viewers than you usually get? What do you do in that moment? How do you adapt to it? And then also, how do you, the next time you stream, when you're suddenly back to that regular average, how do you deal with that mentally, stuff like that? So first off, for Lit here, I mentioned I looked at your channel recently and I saw a bunch of these viewership spikes out of nowhere. Do you want to talk about how they happened for you? Have you thought about them, why they happened? Is it something that you understand, or is it sort of a mystery to you?
So what I've been getting off of is, the big thing, guys, for anyone, that's wanting to come up streaming or, has questions about it: networking. Network like crazy. And I don't mean going there and going to, let's say, example, a streamer that has 40 viewers, go in there and type, "Come host me after you're done." Because that right there, I promise you, they will not look at your channel, and you will probably get timed out or banned. The thing you want to do is, go in there, talk to them, say, "Hi, this is my name," and then hang out with them. Don't watch you stream or nothing like that. Just go out, hang out with them, and then eventually get into that. But as far as the viewership spikes go, it depends. Let's say you're playing a new game. For example, when I used to play Warframe, I know everyone played Warframe. Um, you would get 5, 6, 700 viewers lurking in your streams. It doesn't matter what platform you played on, you would get that. But as soon as you switch games, you'll get to your normal views, which could be 5 viewers,
Yeah.
10, 20 viewers. For me, it was like I had 8 viewers. I went from 700 to 8. And that may seem like that sucks. Like it really could, mess you up. Don't let it show. Don't let it show, because anyone can look and say, this man doesn't want to stream because he's discouraged. And trust me, that's a big, big turnoff. But like I said, depends on the games, depends on your networking. And I'll give you guys an example. So for me, I've been watching a couple streamers that are partnered, and I know their communities really well, and they would host me after, if they could. And that's an exciting moment. You don't expect it. You're over there streaming, and then you see, so and so has hosted you with 200-300 viewers, and it's great. You're like, oh my god, yes, yes, oh my god, there's so many people. And the first thing you want to do is go crazy. You get nervous, you get flustered. You're all, hi, my name's the whole time. You get nervous, but eventually the dip will come. Don't let that bring you down. Don't. Because the thing I tell people, I tell everyone, 1 viewer is the same amount as 1,000 viewers. You treat that 1 viewer the way you would treat 100 of them, 1,000 of them, 10,000, however many you have, because that 1 viewer you can make the difference in their day. So that's what I tell people. I tell them, it doesn't matter how many viewers you have. You can have 2 viewers, and those 2 viewers, you need to entertain. They're taking the time out of their day to come out. It could be 30 minutes, 3 hours, however long you're streaming for, and they're watching you. Whether they're not talking, whether they're lurkers, trust me, you can make a difference in their day. And that's why I tell people to make sure that you are entertaining no matter how many viewers you have, and you are connecting with them, or whatever you do, whatever way you do with streaming. Just make sure that you are doing the same thing as you would if you have a lot more viewers. And that's how you would deal with it.
Right. Awesome. Yeah, I think that's a fantastic mentality to have. Just, every 1 viewer is getting you closer to that number that's higher, right? So that's awesome. So it sounds like the spikes you've had, you talked about for a while now since you started streaming, but even like the past month or so, it sounds like the spikes that have happened to you were not just totally random. I mean, I'm guessing you probably weren't expecting them,
right?
But they weren't also like some random streamer you never heard of hosted you, right? You put time into being in that person's community first,
yes.
And then they just decided to either host you, raid you,
yes.
Whatever it is. Okay, awesome. Do you want to like maybe give any? You talked briefly about just being in the person's community. Do you have any advice to people trying to start that process who maybe haven't really done it before with networking?
Okay. Well, the first thing is if you've never gone into a stream before, and you're whatever your main mentality may be, like I want a person to give me the views, which don't have that mentality, because that won't get you anywhere. The first thing you just want to do is just say hi. Don't get me nervous. Don't say hi, notice me, hi, shout me out. Don't do any of that. I promise, like I said, you will get timed out, banned, and it just doesn't look good on your channel. You just want to be yourself. Just say hi, get to know the community, be in there frequently, say hello. You don't have to sub, donate, do any of that. No, streamers do not want that. It's not encouraged. I should say it's not encouraged.
Yeah.
We love, we're gonna be very, very thankful for it. We're gonna be like, oh, thank you so much for the donation or sub or whatever. But that's not what they're trying to get at. Most streamers have the mentality of, I want to build a great community, and I want everyone to feel welcomed. I hope at least that's what a lot of streamers have. And you just want to go in there and just say hi. Go in there and be yourself. Get to know them. Once you get to know them, the next step would be, I know a lot of like for examples, there's a lot of Discords that have like a promote yourself channel. Use it. Use it. Don't tag. Exactly. It's there for a reason. Don't be the one to tag at everyone or at here, because that, dude, it's the worst.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing, because they will look at that, and I promise you, especially when you're, trying to do like a partnered streamer and they have a Discord, they will kick you out of it. They will kick you out of it. So best thing is, promote yourself. Go in there, say, hey guys, I'm playing so and so game. If you guys have the time, come hang out. Because that's what I did at first. I was in that step. I would go into a couple Discords here and there, and I would go into their promote yourself tab and like, hey guys, I'm playing so and so game. If you guys have the time, come hang out. Do that for a little bit, or you can keep doing it for the rest of the time you stream. It doesn't matter, but just don't do the tag at everyone at here, because it won't end well. I promise you.
Yeah.
And then get to know the community as well. It doesn't have to be one community. Spread out. That's what I'm working on, spreading out and talking to other people, because you never know. You could find that one streamer that eventually you are really good friends with, really good friends with, and I'll use that. And Snoop, I don't know, Snoop recently, him and I have been playing a lot, playing a lot of games. We've been doing like a big charity event, and it's super fun. And that man, I think I known him for like 3-4 months, and all I did was network and talk to him, and he's like my close friends. Like it's not that hard. You just got to network, and you just got to be yourself and just be polite. Be polite.
Mm-hmm.
Please be polite. Don't be, excuse my language, don't be a jackass. Don't, because it's not gonna end well. Just be polite.
Right.
And if you keep doing that, eventually things will start to pick up, and you'll notice the difference. You'll notice the difference. Like, for sure.
Yeah, it's I say this a lot too. Basically, and I think what you're saying to me now is like the best way to network is just to naturally just make friends, right? It's weird. Like, if you want to network with the purpose of having someone eventually host you or something or raid you, sort of the best way to do that is to forget about it and like just become someone's friend. Yep. Because 9 times out of 10, if you're a streamer, you probably want to raid or host someone that you consider a friend, not someone who's just pestering you to ask for a raid or something. Right. So just apply that with other people, and just be genuine about making friends. It's the best way to do that. So. Okay, so let's get back on to the viewership spikes a little bit here, and not so it's networking too much. So in the moment that you realize that you're being rated, or you just see your viewership spike, what do you do in that moment? Do you have like a game plan? Do you maybe have, if you see yourself get a big raid or something, do you react to it on stream? Either through like, you have your wig thing, I don't know, maybe you have something special you do, or you just kind of like turn on a little bit more. Do you have any thoughts there? So
when you get like a big raid, or just a raid in general, you see your view count go up, what I do is I stop what I'm doing, unless, like, for example, I'm doing a boss fight. Then I'm like, you let them know, like, guys, hold on, I'm tense moment. I will say hi. Let them know. Don't just like kind of look, and then like you're playing, let's say you're going off on a game, you're going crazy, you're doing good. Let them know, like, hold on, guys, I will say thank you for the raid here in a sec. Once you do that, or if you're just in a chill game, stop what you're doing and, say hi to everyone. Say, shout out to the streamer that did it. Have your mods give them shout outs. That's what I do. And then what I do is I individually say hi to everyone. I try to. Wow. I try to. I'll look here, and I'll scroll up on my chat, and I'll say, hi, so-and-so. I'd be like, hi, for example, hi, A4, hi, Cooley. So my mom's A4, hi, Cooley. If they come and raid, because there's a lot of my viewers that are in different communities. You'll go and say, yo, hi, so-and-so. Like, hi, for example, be like, hi, Dunyan, hi, Harm, Sammy, and etc. As it's going on, try to. I know it's most of the time it's not going to happen. But if you say hi to those people that are taking the time, that are coming from a different stream to your stream, and they're doing emotes or whatever, the raider wants them to do, it'll make them feel good. It may not seem like it, but a simple saying hi to their name can make a difference. So that's what I do when I get big raids like that, and it's at the spike, I'm getting like 100 views, 50 views, just say hi to everyone, and then thank the raider, thank him, he or she, thank him for them coming to raid you, ask them what game they're playing, ask them how the stream was, ask them what they're doing after, and then from there, eventually they might raid you more, and viewers that were raid might come back. So that's just that would be the best thing to do.
Awesome. Have you ever gotten comments back from viewers?
Yes.
About, you mentioned you try and say hi to all of them. Have you ever gotten good feedback from that or anything?
I have, like, for example, When I get raided by Ray, which is lots of bunnies, and a lot of them know me from her community. If you just say hi, I'm like, you actually said hi? What? Like, I'm like, yeah. Why would I not say hi? You know, and someone will be like, we would raid some other people, and the dude would just be like, oh, thank you for the raid, and he'll go back to doing his thing. Like, you actually took the time to say hi? I'm like, yeah, of course. You guys coming over here out of your time and saying hi. Like, why would I acknowledge that? You know, you are viewing another streamer. You're taking the time to view another streamer, which is back to the conversation we had earlier. A simple hi, you know, say hi, thank you for stopping by, and you will get good feedback. 9 times out of 10, you'll get good feedback. There's always that one troll that has, you know, the interesting Twitch name, and you're like, okay, you're just like, oh, it's a great Twitch name. You just ban them. You don't even want to deal with that, you know. But 9 times out of 10, you'll get feedback out of it, and they'll appreciate it, and they'll come back. They'll come back.
It's just like you said, man. Just be real with one person at a time. That's how you do it.
Eventually, it'll work.
Yeah. Okay. So after the initial spike happens, right? Let's say you've still got 2-3 hours left in your stream. Is there anything you do to try and keep people's interest in your channel? Because the way that raids tend to work is you'll get a huge initial spike, right? And then that'll slowly kind of tail off. If it's long enough, it usually goes back to like your normal numbers. Right. But is there anything you do throughout the stream to kind of keep people's interest, to make them want to come back in the channel? Because let's say it's the first time they've ever seen you. Do you do anything to try and let them know that, you know, you'll be back on a certain time? There's a certain reason they should come watch you again. Anything like that?
So schedule. Let them know you have a schedule. Because you'll get some people that'll ask, you know, they'll ask, well, are you a full-time streamer? Do you stream certain days out of the week? Try to have a schedule, because before I didn't. You know, I just recently got on a schedule, not even 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Because, you know, with school and everything. Have a schedule. It really helps to have a schedule, because they'll know when to come back. They'll know what times you start. And then with that, just what I do, I just try to be entertaining. I don't really have like a huge boom, here's like a, you know, for example, a whiteboard, you know, whatever. Like, thank you for follows, like, and all that, you know. What I would do is just be yourself and just be entertaining. Try, you know, don't force it. Yeah. Because you'll know when you step over that barrier of when you're forcing it versus when it's coming naturally. And then, you know, just have the same mentality, same personality as you would if you didn't have a raid. Because that's how they know, you know, that's how you know when they come back that's how you're going to be. Sure. You know, because and it's hard. You know, when you get a massive raid and host, you want to be super high, super like, oh my god, thank you kind of thing. And if you do that, they're gonna think you do that all the time. Yeah. Not saying it's a bad thing. Not saying it's a bad thing, but exactly, you have to keep it up. And so what I do, I'm like, oh my god, thank you. I try to have, you know, really good positivity and motivation that, you know, shows people like, oh man, this guy's awesome. You know, he's super hype, he's super energetic. With that, but what comes with that, you got to be like that all the time. Yeah, you got to be like that no matter if you get a massive raid or if you don't at all. You have whatever personality you have, you got to stick through. Unless it's a bad one, then, you know, try to fix it. You gotta be, you know, you don't want to be all mellowed up like, what's up guys, how's it going, name's Lit, like you know, like cool. But you know, whatever mentality, whatever personality you push out to the viewers is gonna be what they think of you. You got to keep it consistent, right? Exactly. Yeah. So you got to keep consistency no matter what. Right. So that's how you would do it. Awesome. This is sort of a tangent there. Do you ever try and like foster a connection with those people? Either, you know, talking about the person that rated you, like what you think of them, talking about them, or maybe the game you're playing, if it's the same game you came through. Just like ways that you found to kind of make a connection with new viewers really fast. Oh, yeah. So what comes with that is, you know, let's say I'm looking in the Dark Souls community and I've been watching the streamer a lot. Try to connect with them like game basis depending on what they play. You know, unless like, you know, you've been in the stream and they're a variety caster, they're playing, you know, they do IRL for 10 minutes. They'll play COD for another hour. They'll switch to Fortnite for 2 hours. With that, when it comes to variety casters, talk about the streamer, how, you know, awesome they are, how they communicate with their viewers, and etc. With the games, let's say they only play one main A lot of streamers like that just play one game only, and that's all they play. Talk about the game, talk to the streamer and the viewers about how was the game, how did he do, what did he think of the game? Because so recently, I know I'm giving a lot of examples.
No, that's good. That's perfect.
For example, I just recently met another streamer last night, and he's part of the Dark Souls 3 community. And I was talking to him like, so what do you think of the new one that's coming out? What do you think of this one so far? What are your thoughts? What are your opinions? I'm like picking his brain out, to get all the knowledge. And they love that. I love when they ask questions about that. Trust me. Oh, I love it because I can geek out and be a nerd. I can talk about how awesome the game is or how bad it is. So with that, if you're doing all that, I would say have the knowledge of the game you're talking about. For example, like if I was talking about Dota, I wouldn't know damn well what the hell to talk about. Yeah, that one god person thing. Yeah, he's cool. That's why I don't go to that community because I don't know what it is. I don't know how all that works.
Yeah.
So with that, just know what game you're talking about or know the streamer. You don't want to if you get rated by a random streamer that you may not know, shout out to them. They're super awesome. Look at the game they played. And then talk about the game. That's the first stepping stones to knowing the person is talk about what game they play because you always got to find a topic to talk about.
Right.
That's like, for example, everyone talks about, how's the weather today? it's a good start.
Yeah.
So that's how you would do it.
No, that's really good, I think, because you're establishing that common connection with the viewers, right? Because if the viewers are just watching this caster or watching the game the caster is playing, then they obviously like that, right? So if then you communicate that like, hey, this caster's really cool or I love this game, like suddenly the viewer is like, hey, I like that game.
Exactly.
I like that guy, right? So I think it's a really good way to keep people's interest, especially if you kind of tie in the same thing. Like let's say that, I play a lot of League of Legends, for example. If someone were to raid me who was a League caster, I would kind of, try to keep that League thing going, right? Like, hey, I'm a League caster too. And, you can kind of make deeper connections, I think, when you have that situation. Or maybe like variety casters with each other who play similar games, like you and Dan. So.
Right.
Yep. Sweet. So moving on here. After the big viewer spike, the stream is over, you're done, and you go on to your next day. You have to turn on the stream again, and suddenly you're back at, let's say you got 100 viewers your last stream from a huge raid. Now you're down to 10. How do you deal with that mentally? Has that ever been a struggle for you? Or do you have any piece of advice to people who might feel kind of just defeated after that?
At first, when that first happened to me, it's a little discouraging because you're like, oh man, I'm gonna get 100 more. I'm gonna get the same 100 viewers. I'm excited to start stream, and you hit your stream, and you're 2-3 hours in, you're like, where'd they go? What's going on? Is it me? You start thinking to yourself, is it me? Am I a bad streamer? Whatever this and that may be. No, it's not that. It's the fact that they came from their stream. They're gonna go back to that stream because that's the caster they knew and they know really well. How to deal with that would be, it's like I said, one viewer is the same as 100, same as 200, because that one viewer is taking 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes out of their day, whatever it may be, to come say hi, or even just to hear you in the background while they're studying or at work. Because I know I have a lot of people in my stream that that are from school or they're working and they just have me in the background, and that's perfectly fine. I love that. But the thing is, you got to treat everyone the same. You can't treat 100 people highly and one person bad, if that kind of makes sense. You gotta take the time and say thank you, for everyone. I understand you don't have a lot of viewers. I understand because you'll notice it. Everyone notices it. They're not going to say nothing. Everyone notices it. And that was very discouraging for me because I would get hosted here and there and I'm like, oh dude, this is awesome. I'm having 200 viewers, 150 viewers. Oh, it's a good day.
Yeah.
You come back the next day and turn on the stream, you're back to 5-6 viewers. You're like, what the heck? what happened?
Yeah.
Or another thing you could do, when I tell new streamers that are wanting to stream, when you go on your dashboard, that little red that shows how many viewers you have, turn it off.
Yeah.
Hover over it, click on it, and turn it off, because you won't know how many, and you will, be able to stream. Because that's what I did, and I didn't know that because I get discouraged. I'll have like 5-6 viewers. I'm like, man, this is not cool. So I would just turn it off, and then from there, it worked. I still have it. I turn it here, there off, But that's the big step, is just turn it off and act like as if you're talking to yourself in front of a camera and you're practicing. And practice, practice, practice. Talk as if you're talking to yourself. That's what everyone says. Because when you first start streaming, you're not going to get any viewers, and that's just the bottom line truth. You will not. It'll just be yourself, and you have to not be awkward. And what I mean by awkward is you're sitting here and you're quiet. You're just like this.
Yep.
You're not talking, and all you hear is the game, or you hear yourself breathing, and they don't want to hear that. And so try to talk about anything. You know, it could be, I don't know, the game, weather, the sports, food. You know, just something to keep yourself entertained. Just talk to yourself and then learn from that. So that's what I would do.
Awesome. Yeah, that tip that you mentioned of hiding your viewer count is one that a lot of big streamers do too, like in the thousands of viewers. Really? I've heard that before. Yeah, and so it seems like it's pretty powerful. It's helped you a lot. Do you still do it now, you said, or you kind of mix it in and out?
I mix it in and out because I know, for example, like during work days, I get my viewer count dips because everyone's at work. So I know, but I'm trying to get better at just not even having it and just turning it off.
Yeah.
Like, I'll turn it off here and there, but for the most part, I keep it off.
It's a double-edged sword for sure.
I keep it off for the most part, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I think people should definitely try that. If you find yourself struggling with your viewers, something I've heard a lot of other streamers say is, you know, just turn off the viewer count and pretend you have 100 viewers the whole time or 1,000 viewers and stream like that the whole time. I think it's
a powerful tool. It's powerful.
Yeah. Okay, so we're kind of wrapping up the main discussion here. We'll get into Q&A in a sec, but real quickly here, looking back at your viewership spikes over the last 8 months or so, is there anything, you know, thinking about some of those times that you would do differently, that you think you did well, maybe ways that you've changed over time reacting to raids that you think has been good or bad?
So we'll start with what I think I could have done better, and that would be talking. When I first started streaming, I was super awkward. I would not talk as much. So when I get a raid, I'm just like I just freak out. I'm like, oh my God, thank you. And then I won't know what to say. I'll just kind of freeze like, what do I talk about? What do I say? They don't give you a handbook for any of this. They don't give you a guide on this is what you need to do. Trust me, if they did, you know how easier streaming would be? Yeah. It'd be super easy. Thing with that is that's what I would do is talk with people more and find what to talk about, especially if it's a streamer that you may have never seen or you have and you kind of are on and off their community. Find something to talk about, you know, be like, oh, thank you for the raid, and just be really interactive. The thing I think I've done well would be over time as I'm in more comfortable, I'm getting in the flow of streaming, is I'm being more interactive. I'm able to talk to people. I can thank them for the raid properly or the host properly, and they would want to come back, you know. And another thing I know a lot of people like to talk about, and this is a tiny bit off track, is the equipment. You don't need a lot of equipment.
Yeah.
You know, I started off with this guy here, this headset here, and just this. And from there, I got all this. But you don't need all this fancy stuff. You can be a console-only streamer, and I've seen partners just from being console.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know? It's crazy. It's awesome. So you don't need a whole lot of equipment. You just need a next-gen console, because I know that's what they do, and that's the easiest way. PS4, Xbox, connect your Twitch account, play a game, broadcast, boom, you're done. You don't need the extra face camera, nothing. That's just extra for what we want to do, but you don't need all that. No, you don't need all that. You just need just to be interactive and talk as much as possible. Talk.
You can never talk too much.
Exactly, especially when you're streaming. Especially, yeah. I know outside of once you're done streaming, I get it. You don't want to talk as much. I get it. You know, people are like, God, shut up. But that's how I am now. I'm noticing like I talk too much. You know. Yeah. But with streaming, it's a perfect tool. It's a perfect tool. Just talking. And, you know, that's what everyone's got to work on. I'm still working on it. Still working on it. But that's what I would do. And I think that's what I did well. And I think that's what I did bad as far as that. And then also, I think I say more polite. I think that's, being more polite. Because when I first started streaming, I was kind of a jagwagon. I wasn't like the most appreciative, I guess that's the word you would say, of, you know, certain things that would happen. And as I got later into streaming, I've noticed that, you know, people are donating to you they're doing this, they're doing that, they're subbing to you, and it's kind of weird. It feels awkward, not awkward, but it feels weird because like people are donating to you, and all you're doing is just playing games and you're talking. Like what? Like I talked to my parents about it, and they're like, what? Like they freak out when people, I have this treat stream where people buy me food, and it comes to my house. They're like, who's at the door for the 4th time? I'm like, Mom, it's my viewers buying me. They're like, I don't get it. I'm like, it's trust me, Mom, it's
I'm making money.
I can't explain it. I'm making money. They don't understand.
Yeah.
Like you can try to do that and they don't understand. But back to the topic, which is being interactive as possible. Be interactive with the community. It will help. It will help. Believe it or not. You can do IRL segments only. If you talk, dude. If you talk, the power of talking can go a long way.
Yeah.
So that's the ins and outs of all that.
Awesome. Perfect. That is pretty much everything I want to get through with viewership spikes. So thank you, dude. That was awesome.
That was fun.
I think it's one of our best shows so far, honestly. We're not done yet, though. So last thing I asked everybody here on the show, if you could give one piece of advice to a brand new Twitch streamer, you kind of already covered this, but about anything, what would you tell them, in your opinion? Is the most important thing.
I had to give them one piece of advice. I would say interact. Be talkative. Talk to everyone. Talk. Because nowadays, I mean, yeah, it's cool. There's players for that people just want to watch for their gameplay. They don't have to say a single word for 4 hours. They don't have to say nothing.
Yep.
They just want to see the gameplay. But the chance of you being a pro player is
rare.
so slim. It's super rare nowadays. For example, look at White Shadow. He's a pro at one point. Ask him how it was. Ask him how it was. But all seriousness, talk. Just talk. Sit there and talk. If your chat's not moving, find something to talk about. Find something. Talk to yourself. If your chat is flying, be like, okay, let me relax and let me see what is going on. Let me see what the heck is going on. Like, for example, back to the raids. When I get raided, I'll sit here like this. I'll see the chat going like crazy, and I'm like, okay, let me scroll up. Everyone calm down.
Take it easy.
Take it easy. I get you guys are hyped, but I freaking love it. But take it easy. Take it easy. And then just talk with them. If they have questions, answer their questions. If you don't know the question, say, I honestly don't know the question, but I will find an answer for you. Just give me 1 second. And that's a skill I learned from, working retail, is if you don't know what's going on, be like, okay, ma'am, I don't know what, this product is or whatever, but I will go to someone that does. It relates to streaming. If you don't know a certain topic, like they're talking about a game that you never even heard of, be like, what? Let me look at that. Like, wait, what are you talking about? Is that a game? And just type it in. Google is your best friend, guys. Google knows answers to everything. So, like I said, just talk. Talk to people. Talk to them. If there's no one to talk to yourself. Be, interactive. And then eventually people will come in. The swarm will come in, and then it'll be easier for you because people are talking to you, and it'll be a lot easier. A lot easier. And I've noticed that. When I first started streaming, I had a couple mods, my mods that are still here today, and it would just be them talking because I was new. I was new to streaming. Not a lot of people knew I was streaming. And I would just talk to myself. If something happens, I'll react in a funny way. Like if I die, I'll say something stupid. And that's why I have a lot of quotes and all that. But just talk, like I said. And I know I keep repeating myself, but that's really...
No, you're talking, right? You're doing what you're talking about.
Yeah. That one word, dude. Oh, my God. That 4-letter word makes a difference. Just talk, please. That's all you got to do. Just
never talk
to
too
much.
Like,
hi. Exactly.
Awesome. Thank you, dude. So with that, let's get into viewer Q&A, guys. If you have a question and you're in the Twitch chat watching live right now, you can tag at GreenChord or at Lit in the chat with that question, and we'll get to it. I already saw one from GamerDad, who was saying, with the spikes and lulls in streams, I'm curious to hear Lit's feelings on how to handle when mods or viewers call out the viewership numbers. That's a sensitive topic there.
With that topic, and I know, and it doesn't even have to be mods that say it, viewers in general, like, dude,
yep.
You have, like, for one moment, you're like, dude, you have 200 viewers. And then, like, the next hour, they're like, dude, you have, like, 20 viewers. What happened? And that's like the worst because you're like, I know. Shut up.
Thank you for reminding
Thank
me.
you. You just pointed out to the world. Thank you. But with that, and you're gonna see it, you can try to ignore the tag. Like when they at you, like at lit, you have 20 viewers. What happened? The best positive way to handle that would just be, I understand that happened, and I want to thank the streamer, and and tell them, explain to them the process. Be like, I understand. One moment you're gonna get 200 viewers because not a lot of people understand. They might understand what raids and hosts are, but they truly don't understand. Some of them don't. Not saying a lot of people do. I'm still learning it.
Mm-hmm.
Just tell them, like, with that, tell them they might have hosted another person. Because with the auto host, they could just unclick it, go to the next person and host them, and you'll see that viewer drop like crazy. You'll see that number drop. Just tell them, like, I understand. Thank you for pointing it out. Be professional about it. Like, thank you. I understand, but with that, can you not point it out because that is very disrespectful to the streamer?
Yeah.
Say it polite. Say it in a professional way. Don't be like, you're a jackass. F off. Don't come back to my stream.
Right.
Because that's not a good. that's something you don't want to do.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, he's not crazy.
You could probably have your mods help you too. Just like if they see that, like let them know to deal with it.
They do
whispers or something. Yeah. Not just banning people, but
no. Yeah,
yeah.
No. It's like my mods would like they'll tell them. Then you tell them in the chat, like, we understand, but can you not point it out, please? It's discouraging to the streamer.
We can all read.
Like, dude, we can see it, bro. Like, I get it. Thank you for pointing it out. Like, awful. But Gamer Dad, that's how I would deal with it.
Yeah, thanks for the question, Gamer Dad. That's a good one. Someone from Sammy Joe 874 too, might be one of your viewers, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Sam. Yep. Said, Lit, how does it make you feel when someone says your streams have actually saved their life? I'm curious about that story. That your stream is their escape from depression, anxiety, or just life in general. Love you, BB.
That honestly hits the heart, and I get emotional every time I hear that, dude. And I go back to saying the same thing. I'm a person that's behind a microphone and a camera, and I'm just playing games. And to hear that, it's like, what? Wow. You're helping someone's life? Like, what? All you're doing is talking and playing a game. That's all you're doing. You're not, Dr. Phil or some famous, doctor that knows what they're talking about, how to deal with, whatever, whether it's depression, anxiety, or, whatever it may be. But, that honestly, that is probably the most, I would say, happy thing. I know it sounds weird to hear, because you are helping someone. It's like, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
How am I helping someone? I'm just sitting in a chair and just saying, hi, my name's Lit. Hi, and it's honestly it's such an honor. I would think that you're helping people, whether they're having a bad time at home, whenever they're, because everyone has it worse than you do. Everyone has it worse than you do. There's always someone else that has it worse than the next person, than the next person, the next person. And to hear that, oh, dude, that's better than getting $1 million.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that warms your heart and like, oh man, this is the reason why I want to stream, to help people. And if you have that mentality, God, man, you're amazing. And that's why I love people that have that mentality. They just want to help the community. They don't want to do that, that whole, I just want to be partnered so I can get paid and just stay at home full time. No, it's not about that. It's just honestly helping the community and building a great one, having people. So, Sammy, thank you for that question. Seriously, thank you.
Yeah, that was a good one. That's just a whole other level beyond money or viewers, right? The fact that you're like saving someone's life potentially is crazy.
That is amazing.
So thanks for the question, Sammy. Spoolin' by You has a question. He said, sorry if this was already covered, but I was recently raided, but no one jumped in and on chat. What is a good way to involve reluctant raiders? I'm a little confused by this question. I'm not sure if you're talking about, I guess he got raided, but no one came into his chat.
Are you saying like you were getting raided, you saw the raid numbers and no one said anything? Because if that's what you're talking about, then the best thing, because I know that happens with hosts, you could get hosts like, let's say if you're part of a stream team, like for example, Drew Linsky, he's part of it's like plant-based something, and the runner of it is a big partner, and he'll get like random hosts of like 20-30,000 people, and most of the time they won't say nothing. With that, just think of it as if there's 30,000 people watching it.
Yeah.
You know, that's the best way to think of it. Like, okay, there's a lot more people watching me now. Like, okay. So with that, and yeah, like I said, with that, just be as if you were when there was 2 people watching you. Just it's the same thing. Just be yourself, and don't go over the top, because then they'll think you're crazy or something might happen. Just be yourself. Just be yourself.
And Spollen did confirm that's what he was talking about, like that situation. So
okay.
Yeah, hopefully that's helpful to you, Spollen. Like Lit said, just talk a lot and make connections with people, or try to if they're not talking to you. Just stuff. Yeah, ask questions.
Yeah, exactly.
Wild Dunyan has another one. He said, on the topic of networking, I recently finished with the charity event for StackUp. Would it be a solid idea to reach out to the other people involved in it and start building a steady connection to them? And as for some of the partner streamers, to name them Katie and Cletus, would it matter to reach out to them and see if I can build a connection there? Granted, they have a more established viewership and community. It's a pretty specific question.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you know, it would help a lot. Don't be scared to go ask people. But, you know, that check mark, I understand, could terrify some people, because they're like, oh, they're the real deal. They're the bee's knees, you know, like they're the real deal. No, go out and tell them like, hey, I recently did this, and I want to know if you want to take the time out of your day to, you know, because I think they just did the Conan. They just finished the Conan charity event, if I remember right. Yeah.
Yep.
And tell them like, hey, I just recently did this, or even if they already know, like, you want to join the server? Do you want to maybe help promote it a little bit so we can get more people and do certain things? By all means, of course, do it, but within reason.
Yeah.
Don't push it like crazy. Just send them like, hey, can I send you a DM on Twitter, Discord, or Whisper? And then just tell them, hey, so I did that. When you get the chance, go ahead and look at it and let me know your feedback. If they say no, stop right there and leave it alone. Just like, thank you for your time. I appreciate you. Because if you keep pushing it, dude, it's annoying. It's honestly really annoying. But that's what you would do in that case.
Yeah, I think that's great advice. Just the worst thing they can really say is no. Just realize when they say no, it means no. So
it means no. Yeah. It means no.
Bark Dog asks, how do you handle raids that are hitting you right as you're wrapping up stream? That happens to me all the time, man.
That's like a good and bad feeling, because you're like, okay, we're about to wrap up the stream, and you get a raid, you're like, dude, really? With that, be nice. If you can, stream for another hour if you can. If not, tell them why. Thank the raider and all of that, but tell them why that you can't do it. Whether it be like, I got school, I got work, whatever it may be. Tell them that if you can do it for another hour, I would, just, being polite and you don't want to, because it's awkward for the person that rated you, to go ahead and rate someone that's ending their stream. That's awful. When you look, you're like, all right, guys, we're going to wrap up stream. You're like, God, I feel so bad. What you could also do, if let's say if you're on the receipt, if you're going to rate someone, type in their chat, hey, are you almost done streaming? Yes, no. Ask. But if you get rated as your streaming ends, try to do it for another hour. If not, let them know why. Let them know why you can't, and tell them, just and thank the streamer why. That's
be
the
honest.
only thing you can do. Just be blunt and be honest. Not blunt, just be honest as to why. Just be honest.
Yeah, I think that's solid advice. I mean, it happens to me all the time. So,
dude, yeah. That's
you can always
the worst.
Carry the raid over to someone else too. I've done that a few times.
Yep. Be like, all right, guys, bring the hype to the next stream, okay?
just
I know you just did, but let's bring it to the next one.
Leapfrog. So PokeFlag11 says, what do you think the best mindset and streaming style to keep viewers and to help grow for them to want to come back?
So it honestly depends on your personality. Your personality drives viewers. It could be a bad personality. If it's a bad personality, then I honestly think if you don't have the mentality to stream, and this is being honest, I wouldn't. Just don't, because you're not gonna see the success that you would if you you wouldn't see the success that you think you would get. I wouldn't. But if you have you're outgoing, you're funny. You don't have to be funny, but you're just an outgoing person. You'll go that extra mile. You'll put in the hard work, whatever it may be. If you have that perfect mentality, then dude, by all means, go for it.
Yeah.
Start streaming, because streaming, it may look easy, guys, but it's not.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, but it's so worth it. Honestly, for the amount of work you put in, it's worth 100%. I wouldn't, if this was my full-time job, for example, if ever it was, I wouldn't trade it for the world. Because streaming's a lot of fun. It's worth it. Yes, you're gonna put in 50, 60 hours a week, depending, but it's worth it. But for that question, it would be, have the right personality, have the right mentality. Don't go in there and be like, okay, because I know recently, I've been looking through Twitter, and there's I see this hashtag partner push. I'm like, that's not the right mentality. I think personally, it's not. It's about building that community, building their trust, and expanding and helping others.
Right.
I think that, to me, that mentality will get you further.
Absolutely.
Than just hashtag partner push, because then people are like, this dude just wants money.
Yeah.
Or this girl just wants money. We're not going to help you.
Right. Yeah.
So that's what I would do.
It's focusing on yourself versus focusing on others, right? Because if you're doing a partner push, it's like, hey guys, help me get this thing that I want to get. That's for me. Okay, guys.
Think about it. There's going to be 70 other people helping you, but you're the only one that's gonna receive it, and you're gonna say F you, 70 other people. You help me get what I need. Potentially.
Yeah.
You guys help me what I get, but I won't give you guys anything in return. This is how it is.
It's a dangerous game to play. Deadshot Gaming said, this is a pretty simple one, I think, in my opinion. What do you do if you have mainly inactive mods?
Get new mods.
Yeah, that's my answer too.
Get new mods. If they're not in there, if they're not in the chat, at least interacting or dealing with certain situations, just tell them, dude or girl, you can't have mod because you're not interactive. And just be honest with it. Don't sugarcoat it. Just be like, you're not talking to chat as much, and you're not doing certain things. And unless you have mods that mod for other channels, because in some cases that's what I have.
Yeah,
most of my mods mod in other channels.
Super mods.
I get it. Exactly. For example, True, that man, he mods for 20, 25 different channels. He's insane. So I get it. If you can come in and at least say what up and tell me what's going on, I get it. But make sure you let them know.
Yeah.
You make sure the mods tell the streamer, hey, I'm modding for a different, I'll be in and out, I'll be tabbing out, doing whatever. But if they're just not inactive, dude,
right,
I would just get new mods.
Yeah.
Just get new mods. It's easier to do that.
Yeah, you gotta make it worth having, right? It's a responsibility role. So
mod is pretty much like having a job, really. They're the overseer of chat while you're playing games. So it's a lot of work to have mod.
There are paid mods out there too. So yeah, it's a whole nother discussion. But okay, so I saw another one here somewhere. I just missed it. And my Firefox thing is not loading. Here we go. Okay, commentator for you. It's a pun, commentator, but it's a common.
I was like, what? I was like, what's going on?
Do you think there's any downside to hiding your viewer count? It's a good question.
Yes, and you'd be like, oh man, how many viewers do I have? Like, really? But that'd be the downside. Like, man, I want to know if I have a lot of viewers. I want to know if I don't have a lot of viewers. That'd be the downside. It'd be eating you alive for for the first couple weeks until you get used to it. Would be like that, man, I want to know how many viewers I have. I want to see, if I'm really, really growing.
Yeah.
If I'm not growing, whatever it may be. But with that hidden, that little hidden view, it's honestly on you. You can have it on, you can have it off, but I think having it off would be easier for you, just because you wouldn't be over here be like, man, do I have a lot of viewers or not? Like, I won't know. But at least at first, until you been streaming for a while, then you can turn it on.
Mm-hmm.
But for like that first couple months or even the first year, have it off, because that can be so discouraging, and that can
Yeah.
that can change your paths so fast. It may not seem like it, but it can. So
Yeah.
I would just have it off. Honestly, just if you can have it off, and it'll make a difference in your streaming.
Yeah.
It would.
I would say like the only potential downside is you don't get that like adrenaline spike when you realize that your viewership is just organically spiking. But
Yep.
it's not really as great as it sounds, because again, at some point that number's gonna come down, and then you get the opposite feeling. Whereas if you just hide it all together, you don't get that high, but you don't get the low either. So
Exactly.
I think it's kind of worth it just to hide it, like Lit says.
Mm-hmm.
Snoop Hogg TV, your boy, he said, "How do you handle the days where viewers are really pushing you to play a certain game, and it's something you want nothing to do with?" That's a good question.
I just tell them. I would be honest. That's what I tell them. Like, viewers are like, "Dude, you need to play this new game, bro." And I look at it. I'm like, "What? What? What do you do on this?" Like, no. Just tell them that you don't want to play it. Just be honest. Like, this game doesn't interest me. I don't want anything really to do with it. But don't say that. Just tell them that this game just doesn't look interesting to me, and tell them why. Be assertive and be honest, and be as professional as possible as well.
Mm-hmm.
So tell them, for example, I used to play, like I said, I used to play Overwatch, and now I stopped playing it. And I like a couple of years, like, dude, you need to play it. New skins are coming out. I'm like, I don't really like that game.
Yeah.
And I crack jokes with it, and I talk trash to it, out of a joking manner. I just tell them that game isn't for me. I tried it and I don't like it. And honestly, they're just gonna have to respect it. If they're gonna have to respect your decision, because you're the streamer.
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna be the one playing that game, and if you don't like it, people are not gonna watch you.
Yeah.
They're not gonna like it, and they're not gonna watch. So just, if you don't like the game, just don't play it, and tell them why.
Yeah, I think it makes sense to me. Sammy Joe has another question. Says, "What are the top 3 most memorable moments in your stream?"
I would say, let's see, top 3.
You kind of touched on this in the beginning, but this is 3 now instead of 1. So
okay, so I would say my second one would be when I watched this partner streamer. Her name is Ray. When she first hosted me, because I don't tell her I stream.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't like telling people I stream, because in my personal opinion, and this is not for anyone else, but for me personally, I think it's a desperate measure.
Yeah,
and that's just me.
It can be
And
a
that's
little
just
meh.
me. I'm not saying that to other people. I'm not saying that. But from my mindset, it's being like, this dude's really out here trying to tell me I stream while I'm streaming.
Yeah.
Like, dude. And that's the worst thing. If you're on a streamer, you're watching a stream, don't tell them that you stream. That's so disrespectful. Just don't. But is when Ray hosted me, and she had like a lot of viewers, dude. I was so cheesed. I was happy, because I've watched her so much, and she has nothing but positive vibes. Positive vibes. And she's super, super awesome. A lot of things happened to her life. And she, took it, and she turned it into something positive, and it's just awesome. And then the third thing, and I know it's gonna sound cheesy and all that, it'd be meeting Dan. And we always go back to talking about Dan, but that man right there, he's changed me. He's changed me.
Man.
My personality. He's done so much for me, dude. Oh, I freaking love Dan. He changed my life around, and I love him. Like,
wow.
He's awesome. He's done a lot for me. So that'd be my third thing.
He's a super cool dude. Thank you for the question again. I saw another one from Commentator for You. I love that name so much. What are the types of chatters that you value the most? Those that talk mostly about the game? Those that try to have a conversation with you about general stuff? I want to be the best viewer I can for other people and want to know what you value the most in a chatter. That's a really interesting question. Interesting.
That's a really good question. Like I said, it depends on the viewer, or excuse me, the streamer. For me, it would just be, they can talk about the game, but if they have a mix of all that, they're talking about, oh, dude, tell me about this game. How was your day? What's going on in your life? That, to me, if you can blend in all those components that you just said, you would, trust me, streamers love that.
Yeah.
They will praise you. They love that. If you can mix all those 3, or however many you said, into one, you would be the best viewer. That's what I would do. Try to practice mixing all those together, and then using it on the streamer, and oh man, they would love you.
Yeah, absolutely. I would just add to that. I think one thing that I would love to see, I try and do as a viewer, and I think streamers kind of understand this more than viewers, is talking with other people in the chat as opposed to just the streamer.
I see. Yeah.
That is actually like a really, really valuable thing to have viewers do. That viewers don't really think of that as much. A lot of times they're just engaging with the streamer. But from a streamer's perspective, if you have like a larger chat and you just can't get to every message, having someone else in there to talk to people, like usually it's mods, but sometimes viewers will do that as well. Like that's really helpful for the stream.
Oh yeah, if they can engage with the community, oh man, that's amazing. That's amazing. That's right there is awesome because, like I said, for my goal is to build a community, and if you have your viewers interacting with each other, oh man, I love it. They like, if they talk trash, if they say, how was your day? What did you eat? Whatever it may be, dude, that to me warms my heart because you're interacting with other people that you don't even really know.
Right.
And for you to be like, on a friend-to-friend basis, that I couldn't trade for anything.
Yeah, no, I think that's very true. Okay, so we're at an hour now in the show. So I actually budget an hour for this show. You can stick around and do more Q&A if you have time. I don't want to keep you if you are going to be streaming or anything.
Oh, no, I'm fine.
Up to you. Okay, cool. We'll keep going for a little bit then while I still see questions coming in. Again, if you have a question for Lit, just tag at GreenChord, and we'll do for like maybe another 15 minutes or so here at most. So another one from Commentator for you, just asking all the questions. So thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
This is a good one too. He said, do you ever think that a chatter announcing that they are leaving to go do real life stuff has a negative effect? Would you prefer that people don't announce their departure?
Oh no, I'd rather them have. Or excuse me, I'd rather them have to, just because what they're, be like, hey, I'm gonna go take my brother to school or go to work. That is, do it, because you're letting the streamer know where you're going, and if you're not coming back, they can, be like, okay, have a good night, thank you for stopping in, or have a great rest of your morning. I hope you, are safe. You're doing whatever it is you're doing. It's a great tool to use. So I would encourage, and I'm probably speaking for a lot of streamers, encourage it. Let them know that you're leaving, or if you're going to be lurking, you'll be back later. Let them know.
Yeah.
Let them know. Let them know.
Just don't say you're streaming, right?
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, but otherwise, I think it's good to just provide more info. Like then the person get to know you better. So.
Yep.
PokeFlag11 said, how do you deal with bullies either in life or online around streaming? That's a sensitive one.
That's a sensitive. I would say the best thing would be when you're dealing just with bullies in general, you can go a bunch of different ways with it, but like the most common and safe way, either let the streamer know, or if it's outside of, if you're in, your own, let someone that you trust. And I don't mean a friend, because most of the time friends won't say nothing, because they won't. They're like, I'm not going to tell someone that my friend said this. Tell, if you have a mom, a dad, brother, sister, whoever, let them know. Tell them like, hey, this is what's going on. And then from there, you can deal with it accordingly. I'm not meaning go out there and go fight the person. No, just let them know and be in talk with them. Let them know like, hey, this is what's going on, and I need help. And now if it's on the Twitch side and we're talking streaming side, let the streamer know or one of the mods know, so that we can deal with it. Because trust me, that we'll deal with it.
Yeah, don't be afraid to let people know about that. That's important to streamers, and they don't always see it.
Yep, we're humans.
So yeah,
we're humans. We're not robots. We're humans. So you can talk with us.
And there's a lot of stuff that happens like outside of the chat, right? Someone might DM you something, or it happens to me all the time in TRUgaming. Is like there's 2,000 people in the community. I can't keep tabs on everybody, so don't feel bad about reporting someone's acting badly or something. Most streamers will keep it confidential and everything, and keep your name out of it, but still deal with the situation. So
exactly.
All right, so I have to ask this question because chat is demanding it. A4 said, Lit, what made you do your bed this morning? And was it that hard? Can you do it more often? With many emotes there.
Oh my god, I didn't make my bed. Because so I have a funny bet. It's and I know it may sound lazy, but it's a bet. Okay, let me say it's a bet, and the bet is we have this little funny thing going in our chat. I told him they like to have this ongoing meme. Okay, this is a hardcore meme of if you like, they always say, "Oh, you're big time this, you're a big time streamer." Oh, that drives me insane because I'm not. So everyone knows I'm not trying to have a big ego. I'm not. I'm a pledge streamer and all that. But the meme is, if I make my bed, then I have to say every time that I am a big time streamer, and that's why I haven't done my bed since I started streaming, because I am scared that I will forget, and that A4 will come out of nowhere and let me know. So that's why I haven't done it.
That's hilarious.
That's why.
That's a great story. Quick question from Wild Rose. She says, "What were the last things you two ordered at Starbucks, or both of us here?" I haven't been to Starbucks in a long time, but I
haven't.
I want to say it was like an iced coffee or something, probably.
I think the last time I've been to Starbucks was like almost a year, and I think if I remember, it was some kind of iced coffee. I think it was it caramel?
I got
mocha?
vanilla. Ooh, caramel mocha. Fancy.
I think
guy.
that's the last thing I got, and then my mom actually ordered for me. She's like, as I went to the Starbucks, my first time going to Starbucks was like years ago. Dude, it's so confusing. You just see a wall of just foreign names. You're all large. Where's large? Like, sir, was it a venti? Huh? Is that the large? Huh? It's a venti.
That's what I say too. I just say large. I'm like, you're like, oh, you mean a venti? No, I mean a large.
No, large. It's a venti, sir. Just whatever.
Just, you know what I mean. Yeah.
Just give me that one. It's so confusing. That place scares me because I don't know what to get.
It's daunting.
I don't go there unless I go with a woman because they know what to order. They know. And like they're like, babe, shut up, babe. I got you, babe. Shh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Help me translate.
Sorry, help me English. That's all I ask.
Tom Cruise Mom Shoes. I love this name so much. He says, this question is for both of you. Excuse me. Why do they call the little candy bars fun sized? God, I keep seeing both these questions. I think they're starting out serious. Wouldn't it be more fun to eat a larger size? That is a great point. I gotta say.
That's a great point. Those little fun size rip you off, man. They rip you off. That's something you give to get little kids at Halloween. They're like, here, there's two little fun size. For me, I'm a big boy. Give me the king size, whatever big size they got. You know, I don't do those little fun sizes. Those don't satisfy me. I gotta get the ones that are this big, you know, that I can eat, you know, and enjoy.
The size of me.
Yeah, exactly. I need like a 6-foot chocolate bar with my name on it.
So good on Molly has a question. Hi, Molly. She says, what is a good way for you to mentally prepare for a negative raid? Interesting. Like a bunch of people coming in to sprout hate. Wow. That is a great question. I haven't either, but I know it does happen.
I guess take it as a positive.
Yeah.
Because the way I think of it, if they're hitting you with a negative raid and they're picking you, take it as a positive. Be like, the way I say, if people are hating on you, you're doing something right.
Yeah.
So if they're coming in your stream and they're hitting you with negative, you know, like, oh, you suck, oh, you're this, oh, you're that, take it as positive. Like, oh, thank you for coming to my stream.
Yeah.
Because if you turn that around, oh, that drives people crazy that are trying to spread hate. Oh, that drives them crazy. Spread it with positive. Be like, oh, thank you. Oh, you're beautiful. Oh, you're nice. Oh, thank you for that comment. Trust me. Just bring it with positive.
Yeah, this is one of the things I think you have to find your own style for. Some people just like cut out negativity completely. I think that's okay to do. It sounds like me and Lit are more on the side of like trolling the troll back.
Oh,
Yeah, that's sort of how I approach it too.
Oh, yeah.
But Molly, I would say there are a few things you can do. Like ideally mods help you a lot, but if it's a huge raid and you only have a couple mods, like that's not really feasible. So another option could be to put the chat in like sub-only mode. It's not the best thing, but that way you make them at least pay money to talk trash. So there's that option. Exactly. What I wouldn't do is stop streaming, which sounds weird, but you don't want to let them defeat you, if that makes sense.
Because then they won.
Yeah, and they'll come back and do it again every time you stream. So you can't let that happen. You have to deal with it. But there are some ways at least you can deal with it in the meantime.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
let's see.
That's a really good question, though. I appreciate that. I'm trying to like weed through these questions here because there's a lot of meme questions coming out now. A lot of people asking how it feels to be big time. Both Father and Snoop asking you about that.
Yeah, of course. Those guys. Nope, not answering. Next question. We move on.
Yeah, moving on here. Bark Dog said, How do you balance your attention to viewers in chat that have come from different networks of yours? I found that some active chatters go completely lurk mode as soon as I have a conversation with anyone else, like they're feeling excluded. Ooh, that's tricky.
Are they going into your stream and they're trying to conversate with you and you're just not responding to them? Because what would happen, like for me, what I do is like I have a bunch of viewers that come from a lot of different communities. Try to talk with them as if it's a one-on-one. That would be the best thing, and try to have everyone in. And I know that's going to be super hard because as you grow, your chat's going to start flying faster and this and that. And even if it's as simple as, "Hey, how's your day? Good. Next question." It may sound bad, but when you get a lot of people from different communities watching you, it's going to be hard. Try to interact with everyone, I guess, equally. And I know it's kind of a tough job to do, but doing that could help you a lot because, and I think what he means is regulars come into your stream and you interact with them more is what I'm kind of getting off that question.
Right.
Try to treat everyone the same, because if you treat one person higher than the other, then they're not going to come back.
Yeah.
They're not going to come back.
It's also like some people, some viewers are probably just going to sort of be that way no matter what you do. And that just like Twitch is a platform. You can't give 100% attention to everyone at the same time as a streamer. So some of that's inevitable, but you, like Lit is saying, at least make sure that you, on your end, are keeping everyone fair and splitting up attention and not like prioritizing subs or something, for example.
Right.
At least in terms of engagement.
Right.
So hopefully that helps. Harbor 1651, new chatter, hello, says, thoughts on streaming older games. Is it worth it for the nostalgia or pointless? Interesting.
And with that, I had like a little phase where I would, like, for like a week or 2 weeks, I played PlayStation 2 games. And for that, just have fun with it. If you want to do it, do it. Don't do it, because I know there's actually quite a few partners that play nothing but retro games. And, with retro games, from what I got, you gain actually quite a good following. But don't have that mentality. Play it as if you really want to play it. And it's fun. It's fun. Trust me. Oh, dude, it brings back memories when you play certain games. And your chat is like, dude, you're playing that game? What? Like, this brings back memories. Like, oh, it's amazing. Like, for example, I was playing SOCOM. If you guys know what that is, it's like a U.S. Navy military kind of game. And I used to watch my dad play that back in the day. And to play it, it brings back good memories. So with that, if you want to stream it, dude, go for it by all means. Do it for your purpose, not for the viewers, for your purpose, because you're the one, like I said, you're the one that's going to be playing with it, and you're the one that's going to either have a good time or a bad time.
Yeah, so, I think you'd be surprised about the amount of people that want to watch older games. You're not going to get like 10,000 viewers probably. No, sometimes, but there are pretty decent communities around older games because there's not as many people streaming them. So you just sort of by default show up higher on the directories, things like that. Yep. And some people just love certain games. Like I knew one viewer who I had who was just obsessed with like the old Metroid Prime games, and that's all he wanted to stream, all he wanted to watch. And there's like a decent community around that. So, I mean, if you love it, the chat will love it too.
Exactly, but you gotta love it.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta love it though.
All right, well, that is all the real questions I see. A lot of people asking Lit to dab and rap with A4.
No, this is professional, guys. I can't do it.
Yeah. Anyway, though, this has been Stream Key, episode 28. Lit, thank you so much for coming on the show, dude. It was a great show, like I said.
It was fun. A lot of fun.
Where can people find you on Twitch, social media, etc.?
So Twitch, as you can see, you see my big old forehead right underneath that. You'll see Lit with 2 underscores, and it's same thing for my Twitter as well. The Discord, you'll have to go on my channel if you want it. I'm not, but for Twitter and Twitch, the same thing as my Twitch name. It's the same thing.
Awesome. If some people could put that in the chat too, that'd be amazing. Yes. Yeah, definitely go check him out. He's a very cool dude. Are you streaming today, sir?
Yes, I will be streaming 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time.
Okay, awesome. So that is 6 p.m. Eastern,
that's like 6.
I think. Yeah.
No, which is fine now. Yeah, 6. Yeah, 6.
Yeah. Okay. So definitely go check him out. We would rate him, but we end at 4, so
Oh, that's
can't
cool.
do that.
Don't worry about it.
If you guys like this show, please go check out the rest of the episodes on Spreaker. It's also available on iTunes, Twitch, YouTube, etc. All the episodes are just like this. We talk about ways to improve on Twitch, about anything from family stream life balance. That was last week's. How to have more energy on stream, etc. It's available everywhere. And we'll be back next week too with somebody. So Lit's episode will go live next Tuesday. If you want to listen to this again, or you can always watch the Twitch VOD. That'll be up.
Yep.
But yeah, guys, that is going to do it for Stream Key. I'll be ending it now and switching it back to Doc. He'll be taking over with some probably Destiny 2, I think.
Yeah.
He's been feeling that. So I'd like to thank you all for coming out. Lit, anything else you want to say before we sign off?
Thank you guys for watching. Thank you. Seriously, thank you. I was a little nervous at first, but thank you guys for watching. And be nice to Doc. Show him some love. Show him some love. Thank you guys for watching. Seriously. Thank you.
Awesome. We'll see you guys later. Adios.